neighborhood. For real, I didn't know that. Right should have been said something. Hey, Melissa. But Shada stated yesterday that they was trying to move and hated that Maine started it online yesterday. So Maine been knowing that they wanted him out the neighborhood. Now, I will say this, Georgia. Now, back in the past, 2K and them did warn Maine, and they did tell him. They did say, them people, nah, it wasn't 2K. It was, Tay. She stated that, because I remember, and y'all know I got a memory like an elephant. Somebody, I'm not going to just call out Tay name or whatever like that. However, in the comments, I did used to see those people was saying, them people don't want you in that neighborhood anyways and all that. Like, when he was on certain lives and stuff, or when he was live, trolls used to definitely come out and say that. However, I didn't know that was true until now. You know what I'm saying? Kiana, good morning. Why does people not want him around their kids for, if you don't mind me asking? However, he have a charge on him. And again, to this day, like I say, I don't know what that paper said. You know what I'm saying? As far as, what online allegations said or whatever. However, if they have him registered as, the sex offender that he is or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it calls down with, Normally, and when I look up on Adams County, like here in Natchez, everybody have a offender list. And you can go up on, your local police department, sheriff office page, and you'll be able to see who's the offenders around you or surrounded by you, so they can, so you can be aware of them, correct? However, it tells on a lot of them, it always say on some of the charges, touching child in different purposes. I mean, in different places, or, what else it say? It'll say statutory rape or something like that. Anything with rape or touching or, fondling, anything like that. That's what they normally make them register for. You know what I'm saying? That's what all of it say. According to the charge. However, I didn't read the paperwork. I don't know what it is about a person. However, I don't know what it actually said. So, that's what this is all about. A lot of people, felt about his charge. And, he having like a little backlash, far as, with, him losing his pages on the platform and stuff like that. And he said, he made all the money and people was mad because he made money and stuff like that. He cashed out on him a house and, he got a car, he got money, he got this, he got that. And, good things is going on in the person's life, and everybody else out here, we just slaves for the master. And, that's just what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much, as far as with the Facebook stuff, again, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to, let you just sink in y'all head and marinate. When you are a registered CO, not a correctional officer, you know what I'm saying? But a convicted offender. You know what I'm saying? If you've been convicted of a crime, or whatever like that, or as far as what they say is crime, it states with Facebook that they don't want them on the platform. However, when you make a Facebook account, they do not ask, are you this or are you that? They don't ask you that. However, if they find files or somebody submit files and this, that, and the third, and, do the platform, or if they on the live streams and stuff on people's pages and stuff like that, it can be taken down. And, that's what people have to understand, about that situation and just accept what Facebook rules is. Meta platforms. No other platform has this. That's why, you see a lot of other people, however, that's on other platforms. You know what I'm saying? That's going on. However, it's not illegal to report or, it's not illegal to report a page, because let me tell you something. Facebook is not a lot of content creators that you see, such as me and a lot more other content creators. Facebook is not a real job, if you get that. That we do not have W-2s coming from Facebook. We have 1099s coming from Facebook. You are self-employed. You are a self-employed contractor, meaning that you're working on your own pace, your own time. Whatever earnings or rewards that you get from your talent or whatever that you post, Facebook is paying you for that. That's what they're paying you for, and you get a 1099. You're not an actual real employee with Facebook. However, that's not stopping anything, far as lost wages and stuff like that. You can't file unemployment with self-employment. If you get what I'm saying. I mean, you can probably file with, I don't know, as far as with self-employment, but I mean, this job is not a job that, I could just file for my unemployment and, people that tarnish me, this is, that's not going to happen, as far as with, with that situation. Hey, Stephanie, what's up? Let me catch up with the comments. He talks too much. It's definitely going to backfire. He can't help himself. He said he hasn't called his 4 phones, not 3. Oh, wow. And he made the comment, his neighbors love him. He said that he was going to get another home. Yeah, now he did say that. I do remember when they did say that they was thinking about moving. They was going to rent that house out that they have. And they was going to move into a 2-story home. You know what I'm saying? And to think about moving into a 2-story home, however, when we move too fast in life, we do make some rough, hard decisions like me. Like I moved too fast in my trailer and look at all the problems I'm having and stuff like that. And he probably moved too fast in his home. And, now that you see somebody else that renting, whether they renting, they buying, whatever that they got going on, and they got a 5,000, almost 5,000 square feet as 2-story home. You want a monkey see, monkey do. Let me tell you something. Don't lose yourself trying to keep up with somebody else. That's one thing I can tell you. Doing that is not for the weak. Because just because 2K them got their 2-story house, now y'all want one. What y'all gonna do with the 2-story house? Because people call the house a little house on a prairie. I mean, it's a nice house. It's just a little small, but still, again, it is what it is. It's a home. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't put myself through all that hassle trying to prove to the internet, oh, I can go get this baby. My pastor sat there in the church and he said, y'all ain't got everything. Because if you got everything, he wasn't just talking to me, he was talking to the whole church. If you got everything, you're going to eventually lose it. And when he said that made a lot of sense. Because you can't have everything, whether you know it or not. God is the only man that can have everything in the world. He got all of us in his hands. You see what I'm saying? God got everything in his hands. So God can handle it. But us as humans that's walking on this earth, we can't have everything. Because if we had everything, baby, you're going to eventually lose it. That's just like having 50,000 mice in one room. You ain't going to be able to keep up with them. Just like having 50,000 mice in one room. You ain't going to be able to keep up with them. I guarantee you that. One going to hop over here, one going to hop over there, one going to hop up under your foot. Probably jump on top of your head, anything. I'm just saying. Read this paperwork. That was a year ago, and them people could have been blue and shrunk up if it was a name. I was thinking that in Easy Money Grab to Blank. Yes, Tamla, I feel like the same way. Tamla, me and you, we go way back, boo. Tamla, me and you, we go way back. And I feel like the same thing. I just say, if it is something that you're doing, you know what I'm saying, you feel like that you got caught, try to, magitate. I mean, the supporters, y'all have a group chat that's going on and stuff. And it's like a lot of things that Maine say, you know what I'm saying? I just got to say it. It's a lot of things that he's saying. It's like, you're not gonna, eventually you may feel like that everything is going right in your life and this, that, and the third. But, God, I don't know. It's feel like something's in my damn ear. Y'all, was there something in my ear? Because y'all know I got roaches. Anyways, I don't know. It probably was something in my ear. Anyways, you know, you have to, y'all laugh, but I'm for real. But, well, I ain't got them now. I ain't been saying, because I put that surrender there. But you never know. Probably one that's crowd. But it probably just, I don't know, probably some just to feel from my ears. So I don't know. Anyways, you know, a lot of things that man say, you know, he say stuff about people being in group chats and all this stuff like that. But you have a whole group chat with your people. Don't nobody know what's going on in y'all group chat. Y'all talking about other things in the group chat, this, that, and the third. But I guarantee you, you may feel like there is somebody in your group chat that everybody may be for you. I guarantee you somebody is telling all your business to another person. And they going to tell it to the world. So you think that you got people that's really going to be there for you. You mess up with them people one time, I guarantee they'll turn their back on you. And you got to understand that however, you know, with the scheme and scam and all that stuff like that, you know, that he always portrayed to say, you know, you remember when I played bingo, you stated that, oh, I never had my supporters going against each other for money, and he's scamming his supporters by taking their money. And you remember all the things that you said about me and stuff like that. You came right behind me and you did exactly what I did. You came right back up behind me and you did exactly what I did. You started playing. You had your supporters going against each other for money and this, that, and the third when you was in that, you know, I think that apartment. You did the same goddamn thing. And, you know, it flipped on you. You get what I'm saying? Well, it flipped on me. You know, you still doing what you doing. You got me, and that's fine. If I wanted to call the game and commission, y'all would have been did it back in 2023 when it happened to me. However, I'm not a person that's against people. I don't throw stone for stone. I don't do that. I just let things play its course because I'm not going to get the fault in everybody. It's you. Nope, I'm not doing it. I don't know who done it. So, you know what I'm saying? That just is what it is. And that's over with and done. You and my y'all favorite word is however. It was several pages of victim statements, etc. And his address will always be public as long as he's registered unless they move and use a different address to register. However, yeah, that's true too. But still, again, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, April. I don't know. I saw all the paperwork. He raped the fuck out that little girl. Well, I didn't read the fake paperwork. Tiara, what's up, boom? Keep in mind, the devil I was getting ready to say that too, Talia. The devil can bless you too. So everything may be working all in your favor. It depends on who you serving. If you serving God, you know, you can say you serve God, this and third, be serving the devil. So the devil gonna always be there for you. The devil can definitely bless you. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably what's going on. And that's probably why you haven't got what's coming for you. However, you know, with God's children, you can't mess with God's children. I'm not saying everybody not wrong in this situation, because everybody wrong. Man wrong, you know, I was wrong for some things that I did too. However, I didn't do as much as things that you said. I never prayed against you and said all the things that you said. But however, I do go to God about people, and I tell God, God, you know what's going on. You handle this mess. You know what I'm saying? You handle it. And like I said, I haven't spoke to him or none of that, and I'm not. And I mean, the only reason why I'm talking about this situation is because I'm really trying to get down to the bottom of it. You know, well, not really the bottom of it. I'm just trying to get down to knowing the bits and pieces so I can catch up. He wants to see 2K in trouble so bad that he's trying to blame everything on 2K. What is really is he trying to take the blame off him. Yeah, and I don't like that, Jordan. I don't like that because that's the same thing that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? When I ended up going to jail, you know, those detectives out of their own mouths here in Natchez, they told me, you know, They like, what is wrong with this guy? I said, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And they say it's just this boy saying that you doing something to his family, all this. You can't be lying on people like that. You see what I'm saying? And they called somebody out of my pockets that I really didn't have to give. But I'm just still saying, like, those people laughed at this shit. But everything that you done, if you think that you doing right and stuff like that, you know your wrongdoings and your actions. You're not all good. But God is going to show up and show out once again. So I told y'all, you don't have to do nothing to a person. Run to God. Let God fight your battles. And God is going to do it. However, now you're dealing with this fire situation. And I'm not saying it's a good joke, but I wouldn't give a damn what nobody do. They burn everything if they want to. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I'm just saying, I'm scared, y'all. Anyway, I'm just saying that, you got to understand, stop putting the blame on everybody else. You know what I'm saying? 2K did not do that by itself. I'm not saying that 2K done it, but I'm just still saying, don't just try to put the blame on that guy because whatever happened in that courtroom. As a real man or as a man, I just take my loss in the courtroom. And, however that went down, however that took place, I would have been a man about it and said, fuck it. I took my loss. Shit, we fought. And that's just that. I'm turning my head. I ain't going to say nothing about this person, but you going over too far. You going to spend all that money with getting a lawyer trying to sue somebody because they have a nice family. And your family, you got a nice family too. However, your family is divided. You know what I'm saying? And the thing, I'm not trying to speak on this, but I just got to say it. When you see a happy home with a husband, a wife, the kids and stuff like that, nice house, no matter what kind of car that they driving, and this, that, and the third, or whether they paying for their house or whether they rent their house, it don't matter. It's a happy family. Y'all have the same. Remember, y'all cashed out on y'all house. It don't matter who did this or who did that, or what you're driving. You got a wife, he got a wife. You got kids, he got kids. You got 6, 7 kids, I'm assuming, and plus your wife's children. Y'all got to get it together. Focus on y'all kids. You know what I'm saying? And not worry about the internet. If y'all get mad, if I had money and this and the third, I'll keep my mouth shut and sit back, make my money, and take me out on type of vacations or whatever like this, put some money in my kids' saving account and all that for when they get older, because, we ain't going to be here, forever. We ain't going to live forever. So, let the funds, scratch with the family. And so, leave that drama alone. Leave it where it's at. You trying to knock another man and doing that in the midst of it, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to work. You can't knock nobody down out their shoes because, and I understand people hold grudges and stuff, but you can't do that. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? Take your loss. If don't nobody want to deal with you, and the thing is, it's so many registered sex offenders walking around, shit, they in Natchez, shit, they everywhere, all over this world. However, it's your guiltiness. You see what I'm saying? Your guiltiness. And when I say guilt, I'm not saying whatever happened with the charge or whatever like that. It's that you don't want that charge on your name. However, you dropped the ball. If you drop the ball, you drop the ball. You got to deal with that. There's something that you put up on yourself. Not 2K, not Let's Talk, not 3, not Lynn, not nobody else in this world, not your wife, not nobody. Nobody put that on you but you. Everything happens in life for a reason. So take your lesson, learn from it, move on. I know a whole train out here that's a registered sex offender. However, this person spend time with their children. They do what they do. Go out to Six Flags and parks and work out at the gym and all that. And guess what? They don't get judged or none of that. It's your actions. Whatever that's going on, that you every day is something. You gonna make a title about somebody, you are the problem. You got to look at it. Not saying that nobody else is the problem, because sometimes we can leave things off the internet. However, you got to get yourself together. Far as leave it alone. You trying to take, I ain't gonna try to take, you trying to take food out of nobody's mouth or nothing like that, but you trying to take somebody down that road, you know what I'm saying, through the piss of hell. But you got to understand, if you sawing somebody, there's a process. You never know what could possibly happen to you. The way God moves things, and God moves in mysterious ways. God forbid that on anybody, but I'm just still saying the way the world living. It's been times people have bought Christmas presents for Christmas on December 25th and didn't even make it to see Christmas. It's been times that people have been invited on trips. Like my auntie was one person, was invited up on a trip for November when her family members had died October 28th. And she was getting ready to leave there next week. Packed her clothes and everything. But didn't make it. You see what I'm saying? So, pausing your life as a millionaire that you are for other people and for drama and trying to justify a charge and your actions are what caused the charge and continue doing this, doing that, just let it go. Because you holding your life up with that drama, with that negative energy. Good vibes is what you need in your life. Everybody needs good vibes in their life. But what you're doing is not going to get it. Because whatever happened with that truck, take it as a loss. Materialistic things don't last forever. They don't last. They don't. Excuse me. Eventually, sometimes, like I gotta, when they put this roof on this house, it was new. However, I'm having a problem with my roof. I gotta replace it. That's materialistic. It gotta be replaced. That's just like, people get brakes on a car. The brakes gonna eventually get rusty and start squeaking and eventually go out. You gotta replace your new brakes. It's materialistic. You got to replace. So, the truck, it's catching on fire, and you said that you have no cahoots in it. You know, I would have just never put it on the internet. If I did have something to do with that, I would have never put it on the internet. When you know that you got supporters, trolls, haters, whatever you want to call it. But now you got everybody in your business, far as with the truck. So now they're going to do their own investigation. It was on the internet. They're going to talk about it. So y'all brought that upon yourselves. I always have to have a backup plan. Exactly. He's so jealous of 2K. No, he gonna have the people digging in his business cause more. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's okay to his kitchen, living room, bathroom, is still out. Yes, preach. He's speaking facts. Yeah. I wouldn't doubt if they applied for housing. Shut the fuck up, wait, I'm high. What happened, John? Oh, wow. I think it was the haircut. To see how fast that happened. Could be your hair something, Roach. He need to get the house for the same price. Mm-hmm. The Lord have his way of humbling. He was very braggadocious and belittling. No one has more money than him, and everyone else is broke. Right. And then another thing I'm going to call out, too. I don't see the paperwork. Y'all have to send it to me because I don't know. I got to catch up with the comments. And however, that happened in our neighborhood. They removed the person. I'm in the HOA, and they don't play, honestly. But when you have kids, you be very conscious with your kids outdoor to play with their friends. It's very uncomfortable. Right, and I'm going to say this, Maine did not have those rims on that truck. You know what I'm saying? The rims that he had on the truck with the truck burnt up, that's how I believe it's something dealing with arson. Because those rims that he had on that truck are played out. You get what I'm saying? When I say played out, I don't see people riding around with those on their car. Or with their truck and all that stuff, especially with a truck like that. They ain't ride with that. You had some nice black rims on that big old 28s. You know what I'm saying? Up on that truck. I mean, big old 26, 28s, whatever it was. But between 26 and 28s. Or whatever like that on that truck. And you took them out. That's normally what people do when they get ready to do stuff like that. Now, I'm just telling you how it is. I'm just, I'm going to call it how I see it. You will be doing the same thing just like you wanted your roof fixed, thinking those people was going to do it, but now you ain't got no choice but to fix it. Exactly. I got to replace gear. I got to replace it. It is what it is. My insurance company would not fix the mold. It would have been fixed. I guarantee you. And it's fine. I'm going to get it fixed. I'm going to get it fixed. But I guarantee you, when I do, it's over with. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? However, I can look right through Maine and tell from the night it first happened. You know what I'm saying? The night that it first happened or whatever like that, you just got your roof replaced too, Angie? Oh, wow. Yeah, Talia, them rims are not the same. Because if you go back and look at some old pictures, not old pictures, but he had other rims on that vehicle. Now, he all of a sudden changed it out. You know what I'm saying? Those not the same rims. However, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not worried about what he did. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying don't try to put blame on other people and stuff like that, like 2K and Let's Talk and your neighborhood or whatever like that, because the people that's coming up to you now telling you about a neighborhood community group and this and the third, they should have put you in that group regardless of what your sexual status, not sexual status, but whatever your charge was, this and the third, they should have put you in that group. However, you know what I'm saying? If they had a problem with you, they would have just, whatever. HOA probably would have got in contact with you or something like that. But they should have known it before you even purchased a house in an HOA community. Sugay is gay. He really likes the boys. That's why he hated Lynn. I don't respect no one who doesn't believe in God. Well, Kim, here, if that's what you think or whatever like that, that's what you think. However, I'm not here to justify nobody's sexuality. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about nobody's sexuality, boom. The way it was parked was funny. I mean, that's true, too. He got a whole bunch of tires in that garage. He was talking about how much money that was. He was going to sell them because their garage is missing. Yeah, he got to do something. Lord, hey, cousin, what's up? He got to do something. I mean, that's his house, however he run it. I'm just saying, if you doing something like that with fraud or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Your motto should have never put it on the internet. Because these people are going to have so many opinions, including myself, because I'm on the internet, remember? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have opinions. Not saying that that's what it is, but I'm just calling it how I see. You know what I'm saying? I'm just calling it how it is, how I see it. Now, and that's just what it is. If you was going to do something like that, just should have kept it off the internet. You showing the people on the internet bits and pieces. Like how you just showed the man running away from the truck. The insurance company and the fire marshals and stuff, you done sent that in already. And they asking, I know they probably already asked you, where's the other footage? We want to see when the person first came in. We want to see this. We want to see that. You see what I'm saying? They're going to ask you some of the questions, and it's just like investigation with people that do murders and stuff like that. They go in that room, they talk to you right there and there, and you tell this detective the next thing. The next thing you know, they bring another detective in. The other detective